Hello Gemini, welcome to your 2019 January reading and welcome to Spirit in You. My name is Debbie. You might remember me from last month because I'm quite new to YouTube, but here I am. And so what I've done is I've laid out some cards for you for your timeline for the month. I've picked out an animal spirit card and an angel card, which I'll go through with you. So let's kick off the month for you, shall we, Gemini? And the first card we've got, let's just get that lined up for you, is the Mother of Swords. Can you see that okay? This is beautiful. This is you. This is you. This is how it feels for me. Look at that. Isn't that just glorious? This is you being very sure of yourself. This is the intellectual you, starting off the month with a real sense of knowing who you are as a woman, knowing who you are as a man, knowing who you are as a person. And there's a strong intellect here. This is your ability to communicate. This is your ability to stand in your own space as your own person in the workplace and in the relationship and say how you feel. It's your attention to detail. Your energy is beautiful. I'm loving the way that is, and I'm getting the idea of you knowing what is right and what is wrong and being able to speak about that, talk about it, project your feelings into the situation. So if there's anything that's on your mind that you've been working on, a project that you've been working on, something that's kind of there, that you've been doing, you know, sort of bookkeeping, whatever this is that's kind of in your head that you've been working on, you're going to do it really well, and it's going to be performed with some form of precision. I get that. Some sort of lightness of touch. I know what I'm doing here. I'm good at my job, and I'm good at being able to converse when I need to. So this is attention to detail, and this is being almost an authority in your work, in the project that you're on, whatever it is that you do. There's an authoritative feeling of this, which is just a capability which is innate to you, and it's very natural to you, and you know you have it. Also, I feel the colleagues around you being able to talk to you about things, coming to you with ideas, and you saying, yeah, it works like this, you just need to tweak it a little, add this, take away that, and the finished product is product is good. So that's you talking about and projecting how you expect things to be. So it's a very, very good way of starting off January. It's smart, it's sharp, it's intellectual, and it's moving forward, and it's leading from the front. So this is you, literally you, going into the month being you and being very sure and very assertive. How lovely. And then the next card that we get is let's just have a look at that then. So you've got the Seven of Swords here again. So this again is all about the intellect, the mind, the thoughts, the processes, the stuff that we kind of internalize, that we have on our mind. And I like the idea of this card for you as well, because it's number 7, and number 7 is a spiritual feeling for me. But I'm also getting, I just want to bring in the idea of somebody sort of Aries and Taurus just coming through, that they could be coming into your month, into your thoughts as well. So it might be to do with work, but I'm also getting a home feel with this card as well. This is you protecting yourself. This is you being aware of what is needed in the workplace and in your actual life, your personal life, in your relationships, and being a little bit guarded, if it's okay to say that. And there's nothing wrong with being guarded as long as you've got it right. And I think you will have, because that intellect is sharp. So if you're feeling something and something's feeling slightly off with you, or somebody isn't treating you perhaps the way that they should, or they're not delivering their message with clarity, then you're not going to be put on the back foot with this. You're going to be saying to them, look, no, I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me. It's not coming across correctly. It's not right, actually. It's just not quite right what you're saying. So there's a sense of you protecting yourself against something or somebody that may not be being, I don't want to use the word, maybe they're being a little furtive, you know, maybe there's something that they should be saying or should be doing and they're not, but you're going to be on to that. I'm also getting the number 7 through strongly, in as much as seven people actually. So it might be that there's a group that you're in that's a small group that you are dealing with and that you are leading with and that you are actually spending time with in almost like a teaching form. So there's a communication here, and there's a sense of you understanding what they need and being able to pass on your expertise is what I'm getting. So you will be telling them how these things work. It's almost like you're in a university feel as well, but it's a very small group. There's a sense of I'm putting my gown on almost. So you're dealing with some people, you're leading them and you're helping them. This is a lovely feeling for you going into the first week of January for you. So you're on point is what I'm getting. And that leads very nicely going into the second week, where you've got the Three of Cups here. So 3 is a form of celebration. So I'm feeling that, 3 people getting together and just having fun, 3 girls having a glass of wine, 3 people, playing golf. It's that 3 people getting together, that sort of threesome feeling of not the eternal triangle, but getting on really nicely. There's a sense of dancing with this, sense of celebration, and also quite strongly as well something manifesting, something materializing that you've been working on. All this stuff that you've been working on in your head that you're very good at could be coming into some sort of fruition now, and it feels like you could celebrate and have a glass of wine about it, or just be joyous about something that's coming in. So it could be that you just get some lovely news from somebody that really lifts your spirits, and it does feel like that as well. It feels like I'd be letting my hair down and dancing, literally just having a really good time with this feeling. So if you weren't physically dancing away with some friends and enjoying this celebration, then you're just going to be really feeling good about it. It's going to make you feel good inside, and that's a lovely feeling. You're going to feel quite connected to the person that delivers this lovely message for you as well. And then as you go into sort of towards the end of the second week, you've got the Death card here, which is transformation. So it's something that's coming in and coming through, that's giving you this lovely sense of rejoicing. It's also a transformation. It's radical as well. It's a big sweep. It's a big change. It's you changing something really quite prominent as well, something coming in that changes the situation. It could very much be a Scorpio person as well, with their intensity, a Scorpio coming in that's loving you and just knocking your socks off almost because of the intensity with it. And if it's not love, then there'll be a real depth, a real character forming situation going here. This could be you changing everything, just having a clean sweep. You've got all this lovely news that's come through, and that requires, this manifestation requires then a transformation. And maybe the manifestation itself is the transformation. Maybe there's a transaction that triggers a transformation. It feels like that. Something is changing for the better, because this is a very good thing. Transforming in the way that needs to be transformed. So you won't change anything that doesn't need changing, that doesn't feel right. It'll be something that feels completely right. It'll be within you. So what comes along and sweeps away the old and brings in the new will be very warmly welcomed. So that feels nice for you. And then we're going into, it is actually the third week now. So you've got the Son of Swords there. So this is, we've just had this transformation with that sort of Scorpio feeling. Could be a Scorpio person coming in, transforming everything for you. This could also be, because I've got the November and December, the sort of, maybe it's the remnants of just last year, stuff still happening, but this is movement. This is a Sagittarian person coming in, or the passion of a Sagittarian person, and it's real movement. And it could be a message as well that comes in, because you've got all this sort of stuff that's been going on in your mind, this stuff that you've been working on, this stuff that you've been bringing in, that forms this celebration. And then from the celebration to the transformation, from the manifestation to this translation as well. So there's a movement here, and it's a really good movement. It's got a real sense of energy to it. So it takes you forward, and it pushes you forward with some real speed. I like the youthfulness behind it as well, because it feels like if it's not a young person that's involved in this transformation, transaction, manifestation, this celebration, then it's just, there's a burst of energy with it. There's a youthfulness with it that you would normally find in, you know, somebody that was young, you know, that adolescent sort of ability to just charge at something that we forget as we get a little bit older. So it's got that feeling, it's got a real buzz to it, high energy, very artistic as well. There's an artistic flair to this. Not only is this a matter of the mind and the intellect, there's a flair behind it. So I'm good, I'm persuasive, my conversation is on point, and I'm really driving my message home, and I'm getting to the point, is what I get with this card. And then again, going on then, sort of coming sort of like the third week, just coming to the end of that, you've got the Empress here. So you've got this idea, there's a sense of, I know myself here. There's a sense of being connected to the earth, connected to the arts, connected to the spirit realm as well. There's a connection as a person. So you feeling, this could be somebody coming in that's really nurturing, that's really loving as well. It's like the birth of an idea as well. You know, this manifestation, this transformation, this thing that's happening could be this new idea that's coming in, this birthing of something. So it could be that there's something really quite radical happening, the birth of a baby, the birth of an idea, the birth of a new idea, someone coming in and feeling really good. I feel really comfortable with this feeling as well, because it's the Empress and because it's so earthy and it's so caring. And she, as a figure, there's a real sense of knowing myself with this and feeling comfortable within myself, like the clothes that I wear feel right, the things that I have in my home feel right because I put them there. I made sure that chair looked the way that it looked and that furniture looked the way that it looked, and I decorated the home the way that I wanted to, and I've landscaped the garden to the way I want it to be, so it reflects nature and wildlife and the environment and the ecosystem and the things that are important to me, because I'm very grounded with this card as well. So we've had all that energy that we've just got with that sort of, you know, the transformation and the forward movement and the speed of it all, and now you've got that steadiness of the Empress saying that's okay, you know, we're finding ourselves, we've got that sense of the earth and the sense of who we are as a person. Feels very nice. So it could be that there's something very romantic happening here that's very loving, very nurturing as well, something blossoming, something feeling like you can see for miles now because someone's lit you up. This thing that's coming through, this person that enters will light you up and it will feel lovely, but feels right for you because it's almost like, well, that's what I was waiting for. I was always waiting for this to happen, and then all of a sudden it's here. So it's lovely, and it connects you. It really connects you. So I sort of feel like I want to sort of squeeze everything together and say, oh, that feels lovely. I'm really pleased with that. So you've got all that sort of loving, earthy, Mother Earth connection energy coming through. Very artistic. How lovely. And then going on to the fourth week here, we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so with the Four of Cups here, that's sort of emotions that come through because the cups represent that. Sometimes this can be a situation where all this stuff has been happening to you, all this energy has been going on, all these thought processes, everything's changing, things are coming in really well, and then we've got all these emotions to deal with as well, and oh, how do I deal with them, and what do I do? But I feel that you will just, you know, I like this light here, and I got that with the Empress, something just opening up for you. It feels like you're just going, yeah, I'm here, this is what I was waiting for, bring it on. Give me that love, give me that connection, give me that feeling of connection to Mother Earth, connection to my partner, connection to the work that I'm doing, the colleagues that I work with. I do get a sense here of you being very protective about your home and your love life and the people that are in your home, the ingenuity that's needed to make a home run, because the Empress pulls me there with the home and how important it looks and it feels. And this card does the same for me when I'm thinking of you, and the way I'm kind of receiving this feeling for you now is how important your home is and how hard you've worked to make it look the way that it looks and how hard you will continue to work to maintain that. This manifestation, celebration, transformation that's coming in, the Empress moving forward, and this here as well brings me definitely to you, to your home, to your roots, to everything that's important to you. So something good coming in that feels right, and you maintaining the status quo of everything, you keeping things moving, keeping things ticking along, keeping the wheels in motion, and keeping a balance. It is particularly good. I've got you, not juggling balls in the slightest. I've actually got you balanced, sort of. I've got everything sort of right where it should be, and I'm holding on to it, and I've got the measure of it, and I've got the balance of it. It also makes me feel as well as if that anything that needs to be done, any duties, errands that need to be run, anything that needs to be done, loose ends that need to be tied up within the home, within the relationship, you'll do that. You'll communicate that, and you'll tie those loose ends up so that you feel that security in your home, in your love life, and in the workplace as well, working with your colleagues, making sure that the job's done well and everybody knows where they're supposed to be, that they all feel directed. And then just coming to the end of the month here, you've got the Nine of Swords here. So the Nine of Swords, when I get it going through this reading with the swords that we started with, that stuff that was on your mind, that sharp intellect, the things you're thinking about. Yes, this would show sometimes that there's been a lot of dreaming going on, and sometimes even a little bit of sleepless nights, where you've been overthinking. And possibly you did at the beginning. Possibly there was a case of, as you was going through and working things out, that there was stuff on your mind. But the way that I'm getting it with this reading, the way that we've got this transformation, this manifestation, this celebration, this sharp intellect going on, and this sort of honing our skills with the Empress and connecting with us and connecting with the earth. This makes me feel as if you've just cut to the chase on everything. You've just got rid of the debris. You've got rid of what isn't needed, and you've got your eye on the prize, your eye on the ball, your eye on where you need to go. I've almost got you looking through a telescope. You're so sure of where you want to go. So that night sky being important, stargazing, astronomy, astrology, that it's you wanting to understand things and knowing that you start the month with that such a keen intellect, such an eye for detail, being very sure of yourself, very in that position, very authoritative. You end it exactly the same way because you've worked out the detail, you've got your eye on the prize. It's been and is going to be a month of things happening. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be sudden. There's definitely movement here for you. We've got that sort of thing going through, that movement, but it's good movement, and it's nothing that you can't handle because you are sharp, you are on point, and you will get to the root of whatever needs doing, and you'll get to the point of the matter. So when these energies come through for you, they will feel productive, which is really nice. Then what else I've got for you? Well, here's the oyster card, this is. So you have oyster as your spirit animal, which is beautiful. Shall I just turn it round the right way? That might help, mightn't it? So now you can see it. So look at that. Do you know what? When I sort of pulling into this card now, I'm getting that sort of mother of pearl, and I think that really suits you, because you started off, didn't you? Let me get this card a moment to show you. You started off with the mother of swords, and now I want to go mother of pearls. I want to bring them together. I really do. And look at the colours as well. So I want to pull them together, sort of like they're looking over at each other. So with the mother of pearl, I'm getting that sense of that depth of character with you, that wanting to get to the nitty gritty, to the detail, which you've done through the month, but feeling a sense of I feel quite pleasurable now. I feel like the jewel in the crown. I feel like I've got all these treasures and they're all mine, and I'm keeping them just for me because I earned them and they were given to me and I was waiting for them. So it's almost like opening up your jewellery box, looking inside your jewellery box and bringing out that mother of pearl, that bracelet or ring or maybe a necklace or even maybe some lovely mother of pearl earrings that you've been given. But it's that, and it's drawing me to, again, I'm being really pulled to the solar system when I look at this card and I'm thinking about you, that connection with the galaxies, and then connection of really deep, like the bed of the ocean. It's taking me as well, which shows the depth of your character and what you've learnt so far on your journey in life and how you continue to go through it. I'm definitely getting a sort of real treasure, feeling that things have just been, it's quite magical for me. I feel quite childlike with it, that I'm opening up my jewellery box and the ballerinas twirling round and the music's tinkling away and it's singing. I'm going through some jewellery, but then that also makes me feel about how good I feel about me as a person and how nice the month has been. So I really do like that for you. It just feels very nice. And then we got an angel card, which actually says child on it, so which is lovely. So this could be little bit like that sort of oyster, that sort of child feeling that I was feeling. This you being a child, you enjoying the children that are around you, because the mother of pearl, because the mother of swords, the mother in you looking after the child, the children that are in your life, the grandchildren possibly, or friends that have got children and them wanting to be around you. The sense of that family tree being really important to you. Your ancestry being really important, because I keep being pulled up to the galaxy, you know, like otherworldly, that what's in spirit, what's out there, that bigger family that you've got, that look at you and look over you and watch you. So it brings me to that aspect, and also the child in you, that it's always a good idea to remember the child within us and to bring that out of us, and not to be fearful, to remember the joy and the fun that we can have if we are childlike. So I've got you feeling like that. It's just a sense of joy. So that child will bring in the joy that I got from the oyster, the jewellery aspect, the mother of pearls, the treasures coming in, the month unfolding, and you looking at it and thinking, actually, I've really got quite a lot that I'm happy about. I've got quite a lot to be joyous about. So there's a sense of enjoyment. So I think you're going to have a lovely January. You've got to let it in and be receptive to what comes in, but you'll use that keen eye for detail that you've got, and you'll use it really well, and that intellect that carries you through. So Gemini, I hope you have a lovely month. It certainly looks that way. I'd like to thank you for watching. It'd be great if you liked the video and you subscribed. As you probably know from last month, it's only month 2 for me, so I'm kind of hoping for people to subscribe. So thank you once again for watching. Have a great month, and I will see you in February if I don't see you before. So take care. Bye bye for now.